Peer pressure. We all have it, and we all need it. When is the last time that you gave in to peer pressure? Maybe that's a scary question for you because we don't usually think of peer pressure as a positive thing. I typically think of peer pressure as somebody influencing you to do the wrong thing or someone causing you to do something secretly. But does it have to be like that? Does peer pressure have to be negative? No, someone could influence you to make a better decision or think differently or even cause you to say no to something. Peer pressure doesn't have to be a negative thing. Think about that. Hi, welcome to Henry's Jumping Pig. Here we draw attention to the goodness of God around us because that's worth thinking about. Whatever is true, honest, just, pure, lovely, and a good report, if there's anything excellent or worthy of praise, that's what we're here for. Okay, I need to admit something. I gave in to peer pressure this week, and I'm going to tell you all about it. It was 6 a.m. It felt like -5 degrees outside, and all I wanted to do was stay in bed, comfy and cozy, underneath my covers. This is kind of embarrassing to admit because I grew up in Colorado. I know what cold is, and I was the biggest wimp out of all of us. I guess that I've become a little bit more of a Texan than I want to admit, but anyways, that's not the point. So I have these friends that I hang out with every Wednesday morning, and we walk while we talk about everything that God is teaching us from our weekend messages. So it's 6 a.m. I don't want to get out of bed. And all the texts start flying between all of us. Some of us whining because we don't want to get out of bed. Others, all we want to do is drink coffee. Let's just cancel the whole thing. But the amazing thing that happened was that we all pretty much pressured each other into getting up out of bed and still doing what we needed to do. This was amazing. And this was a gift of God in my life. My circle makes me better. I need them in my life because they encourage me to lean into the things that God's doing. They challenge me. They make me do things that I don't want to do. I hear their stories and they inspire me. I am encouraged to say yes to things that maybe I would say no to, or even to say no to things that maybe I would say yes to. I actually need them in my life. I need to talk about things that matter. I need to be challenged. I need to hear about their success stories. I need to be vulnerable. We all need each other. I need them in my life because they actually make me better. Peer pressure doesn't have to be a negative thing. I usually think of peer pressure as a negative, but it isn't. This week, it was a great thing in my life. My peers pressured me into showing up, and that made me better. Peer pressure doesn't have to be a negative thing. This week, it was a great thing in my life. My peers pressured me into showing up and talking about Jesus. That's great. What do your peers pressure you towards? Maybe you're on a sports team where you're really encouraged and pushed to hit harder, to jump higher, to run faster, to eat more protein. Maybe you're in an honors or AP class where you're challenged to study more, to work smarter, to think differently. Maybe your friends pressure you to get home as fast as you can so you can jump on Minecraft or Brawl Stars. Maybe you're in a leadership program where you're challenged to memorize Bible verses and serve the people around you. Maybe your job pressures you into getting more done or cutting corners or cheating people. Or maybe you're pressured into joining certain clubs or donating to certain places or doing certain things. What kind of pressure do you have in your life? Some pressure we experience because of our school, our job, or our neighborhood, but some pressures we actually invite into our life. What or who are you allowing to pressure you or influence you the most? We all have a choice as to what we will allow to be the greatest authority or influence in our lives. Stop and think about the pressure in your life. Is it leading you in the right direction? Is it helping you to become the best version of you? If it's not, maybe you should rethink what you have allowed in your life, or maybe you can change your perspective on the pressures in your life. Let's flip the way that we think about peer pressure and actually invite positive peer pressure into our lives. I know this week I was so grateful for the peer pressure in my life because it caused me to make a better decision. It really did change the direction of my life for that day, and I needed it. In the moment, I didn't realize it, but I was acting like King Saul. All I wanted to do was hang out under that pomegranate tree. All I wanted to do was stay in bed under the covers, comfy and cozy, where I was happy. But that wasn't what I needed. And I had friends in my life that pulled me out of that place, that actually had me act like Jonathan and do what I needed to do that day, and to live the life that I was called to live that day, to embrace the things that I could get done, and to live a good, godly life. There are so many verses in the Bible that talk about a good friend or the influence of people that are around you. You should look them up and do your own research. But basically, to sum it up, you are influenced by the people around you. And if you have someone next to you, when you fall down, they can help you up. If you are around wise people, you become like them. If you're around fools, you become like them. It's super important who you choose to be surrounded by. So invite positive peer pressure. Invite good friends in that will help you embrace who you are, that will help you be the best version of you. That's who you want to surround yourself with. Positive peer pressure is a great thing. Let's all embrace it. My prayer for you is that you would find the friends that push you in the right direction, that you would find the people that cause you to embrace the calling that you have in your life, because we all need that. Thanks for joining me on Henry's Jumping Pig. I'll see you soon.